Mahwish from the US.
Question one. Why is it allowed to marry cousins in Islam when science tells us that the child could potentially be abnormal?
Okay. Mahwish from the US. She says, why is it permissible to marry one's cousin if science disapproves of it, or at least this does not recommend it, due to the possible genetic diseases that may be caused of such a marriage? Firstly, Islam is a divine religion. It is from Allah Azza wa Jal. And generally speaking, it does not go against science. But throughout the years, we've discovered that science is not always right. And so many theories that come up only to be proven after a few decades that they're totally bogus or wrong. And the theory of evolution is one of the closest and simplest ideas of its how bogus people are and how atheists mess up with people's minds claiming to be scientific when it's baseless and ridiculous even. But this is not the time to address such an issue. Therefore, when science comes and says cousins must not get married to one another, we do not look at science and neglect our own religion. So we look in the Qur'an, it doesn't say anything about that. We look into the Sunnah, there's no prohibition, none whatsoever about that. On the contrary, we find that the Prophet himself, alayhi salatu wasalam, married his cousin Zainab bin Jahsh, the mother of the believers, may Allah be pleased with her. If there was anything wrong, he would not have done that. Or Allah would have told us that this is not recommended. Not only that, he gave his own daughter Fatima to his own cousin Ali ibn Abi Talib. And they have the best of families existing till date, with so many offsprings of theirs, healthy and sound. He also gave Zainab, his own daughter, the daughter of Muhammad, to her cousin Abul As ibn al-Rabi'. And they were all their maternal cousins. So the whole of Islamic history has nothing against cousins marrying one another. So when science comes and says, oops, this is not recommended, this is not permissible or advisable, we, with all due respect, throw it in the dustbin. They say, oh, you will be responsible for any genetic diseases that come. Well, we've seen total strangers marrying from the East and the West, having children with genetic diseases. So this is not a criteria that you can judge by, and this is why we ignore it.